Welcome to the Business Power Hour with Darren and the Music Man. Brought to you by Friend Entertainment USA, producing the best concerts for charities and corporations for over 30 years. And CBMS Consulting Services, control your business before it controls you. In association with Area 22 Productions, your multimedia streaming network. Now, here is Darren and the Music Man.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Business Power Hour with Darren and the Music Man. Good evening and welcome to... This week went so fast.
It went really fast.
I mean, it was like we just ended last week's show. Who was on last week's show?
Well, Melissa Gallagher was on last week's show, right? Yeah, that's right.
So fast.
It flew by. You know why? We're in summer already. We went from winter, we went to summer. Because
today is summer.
Today is summer, right?
Yeah, it was nasty and rainy over the weekend and crummy.
And it breaks your streak of bad weather on Wednesdays.
Yeah, because as I told you before you joined us, for the year and change that we were doing this show, almost every single Wednesday it snowed, rained, sleet, whatever it was.
So now the sun is shining.
Because you brought good luck to us.
Well, I don't know if I brought good luck or not.
But I know who did. Well, our guest tonight.
Beth, yes, Beth
tonight.
Trim, yeah.
Miss Beth Trim. Let's give it up for Miss Beth Trim.
Thanks.
Hi, Beth, and welcome to our show, to the Business Power Hour with Darren and the Music Man. If you didn't know, that's Darren. I'm the Music Man. And tell us a little about yourself.
I am a dancer and an educator, and I'm also a business person. So I juggle several different things. When I was younger, I always wanted to dance, so I came to New York as a dancer from Arizona. Now I have a dance education degree from NYU, and I teach at LAU Post.
Any special dance or
I
all
teach
dance?
ballet and modern.
Got
so
it.
I teach at classical modern, both Cunningham and Taylor, and then I teach classical ballet.
Cunningham and Taylor, is that a law firm?
No,
That's
no, thanks. Those are two different. Those are two different modern choreographers.
Maybe an accounting firm. Hi, welcome to accounting.
Cunningham and Taylor.
How do you think I would do in ballet? Do you think?
I think you'd do fine.
I would do a little
if I can teach,
pirouette.
absolutely. If I can teach ballet to football players in Stony Brook, I can teach ballet.
Well, this
to
guy's
you.
like a football
That's
player.
fine.
already.
That's fine. I had whole classes full of you guys, so it's not a problem at all. I can do it.
So where do you hold your dance class? Where do you teach dance?
I teach at LAU Post. So we just finished our semester last week, so I'm still working on my grades. I teach at the Long Island High School for the Performing Arts.
Is that
I'm
in
their ballet
Syosset?
teacher.
It's in Syosset. My daughter attended that.
Okay.
Yeah, she
great
had
school.
gone to Jericho High School.
Okay.
But at 7 o'clock in the morning, from about 7 to 10, she went to the Performing Arts School, and she was singing and theatrical and acting
They
and
do
carrying
that.
on.
They do
yeah,
that.
she
Then
loved
they dance
it.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
it's
loved
a great
it. Yeah, she
school.
danced also as well. All right, so you teach, you dance, and what else do you do?
Well, the reason I think I'm here is that I also have a business with Arbonne, and Arbonne is a network marketing business, and I discovered it a few years ago. I was looking for another source of income. I realized that my degree from NYU is a master's degree, but it's not a terminal degree, and so finding full-time work at a university, things have changed in the university system and they want terminal degrees. So I realized either I have to go back and get another degree or I need to look for some other way of having an income. I'm not full-time at the university, I'm an adjunct. So I'm already a senior adjunct. I make as much as they can pay me. I work as many classes as they can pay me, and I really need another source of income.
So
this
Arbonne, is that an
came
American
along.
company, international company?
It actually was originally founded in Switzerland 38 years ago. The founder was a Scandinavian scientist, and he thought, if I take plants and botanicals, can I put them into skincare, and wouldn't that be better than the stuff that's usually in skincare? And so he created this company. We first landed in Oklahoma in 1980.
So you went from Europe to Oklahoma.
The company
That's interesting to go from Europe to Oklahoma.
Right.
And it was mostly skincare in the beginning?
It was mostly skincare in the beginning, and he really wanted to empower women. So he thought that if he could make enough women millionaires, we could change the world.
Okay.
And so he was a wonderful, wonderful
So
man. I
is
didn't meet him.
That
but he's
what led
wonderful.
you to that company. Now, looking
Partly,
for another
yeah.
source of income, there are a lot of companies out there like Arbonne,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely. A lot of network marketing companies,
Right.
yeah, absolutely.
Multi-tier, is it a multi-tier
It's
company?
a multi-level marketing or social marketing, yeah. And there are a lot of companies, you're right.
Right. So what made you choose them over any
Somebody
other
else.
Somebody else.
I think it's the culture of Arbonne. I think we have a wonderful, wonderful culture of supporting each other. And it's also sort of a personal growth company built around network marketing, and built around Arbonne. So we do a lot of personal growth, and that wasn't anything I had done before. But I think it's made me a better teacher. It's made me a better person.
But don't a lot of these multi-tiered companies, multi-level, tell you that in their pitch? Now, you must have spoken to a bunch of them. What made this company different?
I think besides that, I think it was our ingredient policy. I think that
Natural.
we're just more specific about our ingredient policy than anyone else is. And so we even have, recently they printed a list of products that we can't include. There's 2,000 ingredients that we can't include in our products.
Wow.
So at the very beginning of our catalog, our ingredient policy is one of the first things that we talk about, and then everything in the rest of the catalog follows that ingredient policy.
How can we get a catalog to know what you have? I've been on the website. I've looked at everything with Arbonne. There seems to be hundreds of products.
There's 350 products in
How
our
many?
catalog, so 350 products.
And what I took some notes, and tell me if
Okay.
I'm right.
Okay.
We have healthy living,
Yes,
skin care,
yes,
bath, body,
yes,
makeup,
yes,
and nutrition.
yes.
And you also offer a natural guide of some sort to people?
Well, when you do our 30-day to healthy living and you drink the protein shakes that I brought you and some of the other things that are in that living guide, then you get this guide. And so it helps you just look at, maybe brings to mind some things about eating healthier foods. I went to a talk one time at NYU, and the woman said, in your cart should be more things that don't have labels than do have labels. So eating healthy is really important. So while our products do have labels on them, it's not the only thing you should eat. You should also eat healthy foods. You should also
Natural
eat whole foods.
greens and-
So that the whole kit talks about the things that you should eat, the whole foods that you should eat, as well as supplementing with our products. A lot of our products, because we're vegan, we have a pea protein, which is different than most proteins on the market right now.
What is a pea protein?
A pea protein is a vegan protein. So we take a pea protein, cranberry, and rice. And if you take a legume and a grain and you put them together, you can create a complete protein. So you don't need an animal protein. And it's more digestible.
Okay, so the pea protein, I like to lift weights, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we spoke about that earlier.
Yeah, he puts me over his head every once in a while.
Nice. I would like to
yeah.
see that, but
Norm's
okay.
a good, yeah.
I just like this, and he lifts me.
He's a little guy,
brilliant.
so it's,
Yeah.
it's fairly easy.
You must have very strong core strength to just be able to
I
sway
have
like
the,
that.
the strongest.
You
I'm
must be,
the
dude.
strongest.
You
Absolutely.
just must
I'm a
knock
dude.
it out.
He's-
You
I'm an
are a
absolute
He's
dude.
amazing. He's
I
an
could
amazing
tell
guy.
that. I could tell
So,
that.
what's the difference between like me going to a health food store and getting, a protein shake or a protein powder? And we can. There's thousands of them. I'm not
Yeah.
going to name them all,
Yeah.
but just going there and pulling that off the shelf as compared to the protein shake that you.
A lot of those proteins are soy and whey,
Okay.
and so you have a dairy or you have something that has gluten in it, and so ours are certified to be gluten-free, so we're not formulated with gluten, and then we don't use animal proteins. So the plant protein is more digestible. It's
Okay.
easier to digest. It's more like the proteins that you get in the hospital that are super digestible for people who are very ill. So our proteins are super digestible. They're going to go into your body, into your muscles, and really help you more than proteins that are either animal-based or dairy-based.
Do you
or
have bars
We do.
and snacks?
We do.
Question. I just found out about 6 months ago that I have diabetes. Never had diabetes before, but I had some medical work done, and my insulin is not producing like it's supposed to be. I knew that was eventually going to happen. What kind of products, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that have diabetes.
Yeah.
Is there anything special that you can,
Well, this whole
we can talk
product,
about?
this whole 30-day product line has a low glycemic level, so it is formulated to help people that have those spikes like that. Of course, we always recommend that you speak with your doctor because we can't prescribe things to you.
Right.
So it's always important for you to go back and look at the ingredients, have a conversation with your doctor and say, hey, would this work well for you? But we do have people with personal testimonials that help their blood pressure, their high blood pressure, help them lose weight, help them with a variety of different kinds of issues because they're eating cleaner, because they're eating more healthily, because those thousands of ingredients aren't included both in their skincare or in what they eat.
So Beth, in order for me to, excuse me, now look at all of this stuff up on your website, how do I get to your website? What is your website?
My website is actually elizabethtrim.arbonne.com.
Spell your last name.
Okay, so it's I don't know if you can zoom in on my little card, but it's
Steve, can we go in on this? How
yeah,
close can we get?
It's really tiny, but it's ELIZABETH. That's Elizabeth. My last name is
Is it
Trim.
coming through? Can we see it?
Last name is Trim, TRIMM, .arbonne.com.
And Arbonne is spelled.
ARBONNE.
And can we get that catalog from that website also?
You can get that catalog. I can send you that catalog. And we were talking about for people who called in, or what did you think was a good idea?
So people who are watching the show, okay, so people who are watching the show tonight, Beth is going to give you a free catalog,
Yes.
okay, because if you
If
go
you
on
call
the,
her.
if you call her.
At what
and-
number?
At what number would they call
Is
you?
516-459-9810.
And again, that number is?
516-459-9810.
And if they wanted to email you, what would be the email address?
My email is 2 E's, EE, my last name, Trim, TRIMM, @AOL.com.
One of the easiest.
And that was
emails
on
you
that card
ever-
also, right?
You ever want to remember.
Right.
So simple.
So your email address is also on that card, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so if you're watching the show, you can rewind
Yeah.
and get her email address.
Absolutely.
And you will have a free catalog from Beth if you reach out to her, either by phone or email, and she'll do that. And you mentioned the Business Power Hour with Darren and the Music Man, and she will give you,
She'll give you
more than
that.
happy to give you a free catalog.
A couple of great things. We can talk about the catalog for a
Absolutely.
second. So a couple of great things in our catalog when you get it and you open it up is, here we are. There's our tree. Arbonne is a village in Switzerland. And so there's our mission,
neat.
and it's a beautiful tree. So that's the idea about the tree and Arbonne.
Okay,
Here's
show the camera the
Here's
tree.
our page. Oh,
If you
here's-
could.
Okay, yeah, we can go back to the tree. There's the tree. There's our mission statement. So the most important things to us, us as a company, are these first few pages
So
where
what's
you
the
learn
symbolism
about.
of that? I mean, that's a beautiful tree.
Does it grow
Don't get me
anything
wrong.
on the tree or just a foliage?
It's about. They talk about it in Petermorks. So abundance, always green and always growing.
That's awesome.
You know what's
So-
great
and that's
about
in the catalog too.
Arbonne's done a great job on you. You are really passionate about what it is that you do. So that
thanks.
means to me that you really believe in your product.
I do.
And
I do.
that's
And we're products of our products. I drink the shakes every day. I use all the skincare. When
all
I
right.
go
Let's
to
do
Europe
this.
and teach.
Let's do. I was going
Okay,
to
you
try
can
to avoid this because I don't do shakes.
Well,
but
you can
Let's
take.
give this a
but
shot.
you can
You can
mix
sip-
and match.
If I
you can
pass
take the
out-
top off and just sip it, so you can both taste both of them, or you can
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that.
be
Yeah,
personal
because
about.
I don't want your germs then.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't want each other's germs. So, and then this one has another little.
I don't
here we
have
go.
germs. I'm germ free.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, me
There we
too.
go. There you go.
Okay. All right. Let's do this.
Take a little
all right.
taste.
We got this, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
a
right,
little.
let's see if I make any faces or anything. Here we
Well,
go.
it's just it's chocolate, and that one's vanilla.
Oh,
and it
this is
just has
good.
ice and water.
This isn't your typical vanilla, though. You know, I drink protein shakes.
Do you? Okay.
So, you know,
Okay.
typically you don't have to put anything in this. A vanilla protein shake, you got to put something in it.
Like vanilla ice cream, and then whip it up.
Yeah.
And some whipped
well,
cream?
Well, usually like a banana or something like that to actually enhance the
Make it
flavor.
taste- okay.
Because the
This is
vanilla
better than I thought it was going to be.
for your typical protein
I'm
shake
relieved.
is horrible.
Okay.
This is good. This is very
I'm
good. You should
super
try this.
relieved you guys
Okay,
can mix and match.
drank over here.
Okay, so I'm going
be
to go
careful,
over here like that.
because
I already
you
turned.
guys
those.
can-
Oh, do you turn?
Okay,
So
I
this
turned.
is safe?
That's safe.
All right,
yeah.
cool. That's good.
You guys can figure it out.
No on the vanilla. Chocolate's a winner.
Okay, that's
Chocolate-
great. That's
chocolate's
great.
for me.
That's great.
Here,
I'm partial.
respect.
I'm partial to chocolate. but
Okay.
That's
okay.
that's a diabetic.
Well, I wanted to
in him
bring.
talking.
I wanted to bring
Yes, I'd probably.
both of you.
this
and,
is
and
the
you can
best-
definitely put other things in it. It's just, or you can. I just wanted to bring them plain, and then you could.
This
would
is
be
the
great.
best vanilla protein shake I've ever tasted. I've drinking a lot of vanilla protein shakes
Thanks.
over the years. So I
If you
just wanna
put
say that.
ice cubes in this and put it in a blender, this would be really, really good.
Well, I put ice cubes in the cups,
But
but I
to-
just
to blend it nice and thick,
absolutely,
it'll be like a-
absolutely, absolutely.
frappuccino.
I'm going to keep drinking.
And you can
this.
put
Go ahead.
fruit in them, and you can. I mean, you can put other things in them. It's just that if you're like me and you're running to class and you're in between classes and you're running all day long, you can absolutely put them in water. They don't spoil. I threw some ice cubes in it, shake it up, and then I just drive around with it all day.
bagel and dunk it.
And everything bagel.
That'll
Maybe.
take care of
That
the
defeats the whole purpose of
Oh,
the
that's
protein
not
drink.
I didn't
Dude,
realize
there's your
that.
gluten, and you just shot. Yeah, you just shot the horse in the foot
God,
there.
I
It's
didn't
just in the
realize.
hoof.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's
it's
like
not-
that's like ordering a Diet Coke with a Big Mac meal, right?
and French fries.
And, yeah,
No.
and supersize it.
No.
There you go.
Yeah, we're not doing the soda
No,
things.
you bought a whole bunch of products.
I did bring a
Yes.
whole bunch of products, and I was going to try to get through a couple more pages
Sure.
of the
Go,
catalog. Is that
go.
okay?
We got plenty of time.
Okay, so we talked about our tree already. So this is Peter Mork. He's our Scandinavian scientist, so he's wonderful. It's a little bit about him. Here's our current CEO. She was with Procter & Gamble for a while, so she's been in the skincare arena. She was also with McDonald's, and she helped McDonald's turn around and start with the salads and the apples and the healthy
Oh, I remember
food.
her.
I had double
So
cheese.
she,
I remember.
so
The double
she
cheeseburgers.
retired, and then we managed to, encourage her to come back out and help Arbonne as we've been growing internationally. Then here we go, healthy living inside and out. So on this page is the ingredients that we can't formulate with, that we
I don't know,
that
can
we
you see
can't
this, Steve?
have.
Is it
Maybe
tough
not.
to do?
Maybe it might be too. But when you get these catalogs, all these people are going to call me and get these
Yeah.
free catalogs. So
At
I'm
what
just
number?
going to
What number do they have to call?
516-459-9810.
I told you you're going to do this.
That's
a lot.
fine.
Or
You
they
just
can
keep
email
reminding-
you at.
EETRIMM@AOL.com.
There you go.
So here's some of the things that we can't allow. I don't know if you all know about mineral oil. Have you heard about mineral oil?
I don't know anything. But I've
Well,
heard of it, but I don't know what it
I
does.
don't know the negative things that you're just now going to talk about mineral oil, but
Okay, so mineral oil's in a lot of kinds of skincare. In fact, that's what's in baby oil for a long time, was just mineral oil and fragrance, which are none of the things that you should ever put on your baby, because mineral oil actually comes from the distillation of gasoline.
J&J's baby thing?
We're not naming names.
I didn't
but
say, this is internet.
Right.
Was no good?
Almost any baby oil that you get in the stores is just mineral oil and fragrance. So we've all gone through generations of children
Absolutely.
having that smell of mineral
Yeah.
oil and thinking that that's a baby smell, and
Smells so
it's
good.
just a fragrance. It's just a
It's like
chemical.
talcum powder.
Right. It's just a chemical that shouldn't be on your baby. So the short story is mineral oil is a petroleum product. And it's toxic and it doesn't belong on your skin. So when you go home and you look through all the things that you put on your skin, chances are mineral oil will be in some, if not all of them, because it's cheap, and the gasoline companies sell it to the cosmetic companies, and they put it into everything.
well, mineral oil is
So-
like a waste product of creating
Exactly.
gasoline,
And the
right?
problem is that the molecular structure is too large to absorb into your skin, so it rides on top of your skin. Well, your skin's your largest organ for detoxing. So not only do you have to detox from your kidneys and your liver, but your skin.
And it
so
blocks
if you've
it.
coated your skin, then you're not breathing, so nothing's going in. So you could have a product like that has aloe vera and really good ingredients in it, but if it also is loaded down with mineral oil, then that can't work on you.
It's like ordering a Big Mac with a diet soda.
Exactly.
Ordering a diet soda with a Big Mac. It's just,
So that same thing goes with Vaseline. Same thing goes with anything that has a petroleum, petrolatum, any of that stuff. Any of it is all the same byproduct, which is really carcinogenic, and it shouldn't be on your skin. So that's a huge ingredient that we can't include because we follow the European Community standards. We follow the Canadian standards. We follow a whole half a page of standards that limit us to taking all that stuff out of our ingredients. So we have to be super creative with using our botanicals and really interesting botanicals to create these products
Does
that
the FDA
become then-
block any of the products of Arbonne, or it's all good?
No, because the FDA doesn't block ingredients at all. They don't test anything unless consumers write to the FDA and say there's a problem here. The FDA doesn't regulate any of it.
That's a shame.
So there's a lot of stuff that's in skincare that isn't really very good.
Well, not only skincare, but like protein drinks. And,
Absolutely.
I was involved in a number of different businesses years ago where people were developing their own supplements, and it's totally unregulated.
Right.
They can
You
just
see those commercials on TV. It is not not supported by the FDA. And
Right.
They just sell them.
They just
They
sell them, and it's
Dr. Joe Blow says it's okay.
Well, who's Dr. Joe Blow? He's a PhD in some college, not a medical doctor. He's
Right,
not
right,
anything
right.
getting
else.
paid by the company to say, yeah,
Exactly.
this is okay.
Or they get a sports star to validate it.
Well, that's the easiest thing to do.
And
is
also
to get a
there's
celebrity.
parabens
long
and
as you pay 'em.
phthalates that are also carcinogenic, that also often go into products to lengthen their shelf life. Because if you're buying products that are sitting on a shelf, then they've gone from a manufacturer into a warehouse, they've sat there for a while, gone onto a truck, maybe it's hot, maybe it's cold, it's sat there for a while, go into wherever the store is, it sits on the shelf for a while, maybe it's in the back room for a while, and then it goes out onto the shelf for a while. So the great thing about our industry, and I'll just say as an industry as a whole, is that you order your products online, they're made at the manufacturer, and they come to you. So there isn't that long shelf life, so we don't need parabens, phthalates, we don't need those ingredients that extend the shelf life, but they're also carcinogenic and they shouldn't be in your products either. And because we're vegan and we have all these certifications of vegan and gluten-free, we don't test on animals either, so we have that certification as well. We don't have lanolin. Lanolin's another one that comes from sheep and wool and skin. And so who knows what's in the sheep? So then you've got this whole issue with, is there antibiotics in those animals, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then they put it in your skincare. Now children are developing all these kinds of things because you're putting it on their skin.
I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, everything was advertised with lanolin.
I know.
If it had lanolin, you had to buy it. It was just the soft, wonderful.
It was the flavor of the day, so to
Oh,
speak.
gosh,
Absolutely, yeah.
everything was lanolin.
Exactly.
Somebody wanted to make money with it, so they
Everybody
figured
made
out a way
money
to
with
do
it.
And-
Everything had lanolin.
And all those things are inexpensive because they water things down, you know. So you get lotions and they just sort of drip around, and so our products are concentrated. So that's why most of them are in tubes. They don't pour because you can just go like this and they don't come out because they're concentrated.
There are some
which is important.
companies that offer green cleaning products. Do you do any cleaning products, natural cleaning
No,
products?
we only have products that are consumable. So
Got it.
if they don't benefit inside or out, that's all we do. We just do products that are consumable and they're personal care. We're a personal care company. But we do have a scientific review board that reviews our products, that does
show it to the camera.
clinical tests and trials. We don't
Steve,
test
can
on
you see this?
animals.
Got
So
it.
we test on people. So that's really important. The last thing is our sustainability commitment. And we've been traveling the world to create places and areas where we can harvest products and sustain that. So our whole shea butter line comes from Africa, and so there's a sustainability.
What is
so
that
we've
made
been-
from? I've heard of shea, but
Shea.
what is it?
Do you want to smell it?
Yeah, I
Shea?
guess I could smell
Yeah,
it.
and you can put it on your hands
No, I
too.
don't
That
do
would be
that.
even
All
better.
right, fine. Good. I hate creams.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
I'm not a cream guy.
Okay, well just
Nah,
rub it on the back
I
of your
don't
hand.
use suntan oil. I mean, no lotions or whatever.
You should.
Oh, I
do.
have
No,
to
I
use
just stay out
suntan
of the
oil.
sun.
I have to, you know what? I have
doesn't-
to. I have
that
to use it on top of here, otherwise I get sunburn on
this
top of
smells
my
good.
head.
But it because it isn't an added fragrance, it will absorb into your skin and then
It's
it will
nice.
just melt away because it's not something that anything that has a really heavy fragrance, chances are it's hiding something.
It's not
So be
overpowering
careful
by any
about
means.
that.
No, I
Yeah.
could pour the chocolate over this and I could suck my fingers.
You could, but is this a family show? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
that's
right.
right.
I
don't
said
know if we need to
fingers.
go there.
Okay, yeah, I get it. I get it. So zero waste, sustainability, procurement, and then lastly, there's our Arbonne Charitable Foundation.
Tell us about that.
Sure. This is something that we're really passionate about. Again, We've helped, right now, even though we're 38 years old, we're not in a lot of countries, so we have a lot of the world still to go into. We're here in the United States and Canada. We're also in the UK. We're also in Poland. That's our first step into continental Europe. We looked at all those countries in Europe and saw that Poland's economy was booming, that people were ordering products online, that it seemed like a place where that would be a good step into. So our one step into continental Europe is in Poland.
Wow, that's amazing how you would think with their political climate in Poland that it would be a tough barrier to get into.
Several years ago that we did some due diligence on that and decided that, and I think it might have had something to do with there isn't a lot of other network marketing companies that are selling in Poland right now because maybe for whatever reason. And so we just thought that would be a good place to step into.
Question about the 38 years.
Yeah.
The 38 years ago. How much difficulty did Arbonne have in regards to setting up in the United States? How much the natural products and green products were not received years ago? People were eating everything and doing whatever it may be. So to get a foothold and to get your product marketed, what took place? How was that done?
I wasn't in the company back then. I would just say that it took a tremendous amount of perseverance for the women that were part of the company back then, and for our founder, Peter Mork. It just had to have been a tremendous amount of perseverance and hard work to just keep working to have a vegan company back in 1980,
especially when you came in Oklahoma. I mean, that was
crazy. They figured if they could make it there, they could make it anywhere, and it eventually started to expand across the country in both directions.
Because beef is huge in such.
You go out to Oklahoma and that whole Midwest.
Barbecue and beef. And
I was just out there a few months ago, and cattle ranch after cattle ranch after cattle ranch.
Yep.
But let me ask you this. How long ago did you get into this business?
I've been in the business for 8 years.
So you've been doing this for 8 years. What challenges did you find when you first got in?
I think it's a challenge that maybe people continue to have, but maybe more so 8 years ago, was just the stigma of network marketing. Just people going, oh no, I already know that already. I already know that already. And so just finding people that are open to just finding out that it might be something that they didn't know.
Is that because most network marketing companies, and we know there's tons of them out there, and they do different things like cleaning products and things like that. These people almost become fanatical. Right? And this has been my experience with people who have been part of this, is they will try to sell you, regardless if you need it or not. You know, they come up with a canned, you and I spoke about this earlier,
we
right?
did.
Because, this is what I do. They come up with this canned presentation, the company does, and go, here, this is the presentation yet you do, and you will sell every time. And, every presentation doesn't speak to every person, because as you pointed out during our conversation, everybody has different pains, everybody has different needs. And as we discussed is, we have to be selling to their needs and to that person, and not be just selling what we want and shoving it. It goes to that communication and connection, and creating that connection with somebody, right? So has that been one of your challenges? Is you're a very personable person. You're very.
I have to say yes, because we talked about this. I wasn't doing a lot of personal growth before I became involved in Arbonne, so I didn't really think about that aspect. And as a teacher, as a dance teacher, I've had to work with people differently. In the classroom, I have the knowledge. I can, I watch you. I look at what you're doing, and I assess what it is that you need. I assess what you're doing wrong, or how to point your feet, or how to do this, or how to do that, and how to coach you. So in a business like this, it turns around a little bit in terms of, I can sit down with someone and make assumptions, but that's not really knowing who they are. So then I have to ask questions and then stop talking. And I have, 2 ears and one mouth, so that I can listen twice as much as I talk.
Well, listening's the greatest part of sales.
And so, and listen to what they need, and be patient, and ask some more questions, and be genuinely interested in that person to find out what it is that they need, and maybe I have something that they need and maybe I don't. And so, but the reality is to ask those questions.
How do they train you? Is there a special program? Do you go away for a couple of days and go to Arbonne school and go through a training course or
There's
anything?
a few different things. Most of it's on. Most of it is practicing while you're doing it. Most of it is you have your sponsor with you, and you do presentations, and
So
they
you have
do
a
the
mentor.
They
presentations.
throw
and,
you off the boat into the water and say swim.
well, they come
Kinda.
with you.
Yeah, but they're there to pull you out in case.
They're swimming with you.
Yeah, right.
They're swimming with you, and then there is a lot of information online. There's an Arbonne
you're certainly
University.
educated.
There's lots of stuff there. There's calls. There's meetings that we can go to. I just came back from the Global Training Conference, so there's lots of training there too, and different people get an opportunity to do that, and you can go to different conversations and have different conversations with people. So it's a desire to.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of your products?
Sure. These are the men's products. These are two of the men's products that I pulled out of my husband's kit today because for men,
So she brought the little one for you, Norman.
No,
this is the eye cream.
you don't
so
need
you
much
don't.
help. I need all the help I can get, so I need the bigger one.
No, the eye cream is just smaller because you
Actually,
only
they're
need a
both
little
for
bit.
me.
And this is the SPF moisturizer, which you do need. I don't care if you stay out of the sun. Sun can still get to you, and it's still about aging, and you still don't want to age as fast. And oh, by the way, men do age slower because your skin is just genuinely thicker than our skin
But
is.
this is special growth cream, so you can use this.
So the
Get it?
cream's a little thicker because your skin's a little thicker, but you don't need a lot. So this is your SPF, and that's your eye cream. So either one of them you can rub on your hand, you can look at, but that's part of the men's line.
So the
we don't
eye
have,
cream you would put like around your eyes?
yeah, you
and-
could put it on. Generally, your fourth finger is your most gentle finger, so you just put a little bit and you just dab it under, because men too tend to start to get some fine lines
you a
or
dabber?
circles. Or,
I mean, I would just put them
well, yeah. So this one you
Well,
would
see,
put on the rest of your face.
That's why she would love you as a customer, because you would
I
go
would
through
use
it
so
so
much.
fast
Yeah.
that you'd be reordering
That's
constantly.
cool. And yeah, okay.
So those are the men's products.
Thank you.
So they're in the line. This is a reformulated body lotion, but also has serum in it. So I brought this before I
What
remembered
does
that
serum
I had.
do?
Serum is a sort of a vitamin cocktail, so it adds vitamins into your skin. It also helps moisturize it. It helps with a lot of things. So
So
yeah,
let me-
you can put that. You can. Well, you already put hand lotion on your hand.
Right.
So, but that one's. Let's see. What
Put
else?
this on your cheeks.
I put it on my cheeks, right?
Yeah, that has vitamin C in
See?
it, and alpha hydroxy acids, and avocado oil. So a lot lot of our products have.
Oh, I could
really
put it with my
interesting-
turkey
Yeah,
sandwich.
I said you could eat it
Make
now.
a turkey and have a
Right,
avocado.
but you know what?
Avocado.
One of the things I was going to ask you,
Yeah.
right, is like the sun tanning stuff or the sunblock, right? I mentioned it before when he said, "Oh, I don't use anything for the sun and that," and I say I have to. Top of my head, my hair is thin.
Sure.
And a few years ago, it was actually at my son's graduation. Was the first time it happened. Sitting out in the sun, never thinking anything about it. The next day, I went like this, right? It put a comb in my hair, and I was like, "Ow!"
You had a sunburn.
I had a sunburn on the top
Yeah.
of my head.
Yeah.
So now I have to worry about
Huge.
that. Do you have a product like that? Because this product right here, I just turned it over and looked at the label, and it said sunburn alert, because
Well,
this
does
will
have
make
a
your
product.
skin
It's
more
called
sensitive to the
So
sun.
we have
HAT.
Yes.
probably what I would do for you is I would give you the baby sun block, because that's going to be it's going to be really safe. If it's safe for babies, it's going to be
Right.
safe for you.
Okay.
So I would have you put that on the top of your head, because I
Side
think
note.
that would be the safest thing for you to have on the gentle
Well,
part of
what's
your.
the difference between your sunblock and all the little ones that are out
Coppertone.
there? Coppertone or whatever.
Ingredients. It has to
Ingredient,
do, it would have to do, it's entirely that ingredient policy where we can't include that 2,000 ingredients that everybody else includes.
How are your
So-
prices? I mean, I don't know if you have anybody that competes with you or not. Maybe in certain products, rejuvenating creams or things like
Sure,
that. But
sure, sure.
how's your cost basis for this?
Well, because our products are shampoo for $5 and your shampoo is $20 and I'm just going to get the $5 one, but it doesn't have the ingredients, it doesn't actually do what it say it's going to do, and you run through it faster. So you'd be better off getting a better quality of shampoo, using less of it, having it do what you want it to do with your hair. It's safer because it's good, because whatever you put on your skin goes into your bloodstream. We know this already. You know, that's why there's patches and all those things. Medical profession starting to get that idea that whatever you put on your skin goes into your bloodstream in 26 seconds. So what on earth are you putting on your skin? Or inside of you, you know, and that's part of that's our certified Arbonne Clean. That's our advantage of really understanding that you need to be healthy on the inside and out, and it matters what, you know, a lot of people look at labels of the things that they eat. When it comes to skincare, I had a woman who was gluten intolerant, and so she was really careful about her skincare and didn't have, and you know, and careful about what she ate, not about her skincare, careful about what she ate. And she went to her doctor, and she still had a ton of gluten in her skin, in her body, and it was in her skincare. It was in her high-end skincare had gluten in it.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, right? 30 years ago, 38 years ago, you never heard about people having problems with gluten, right? Is that something because of the way we ate over time? It just changed our physiology, so our body started rejecting it, or it was just something that we just said, oh, it's something else?
I don't know everything about everything, but I think it's the way we process wheat now. I think it's the way we grow it. I think it has something to do with how we're actually harvesting it. And so
maybe the pesticides and things like that.
And I don't even know. I think we write about that a little bit in here about gluten and some of the, because it's in wheat and how that happens, and because even
when I
corn,
first heard
even
about
when
it,
you talk about corn, there's sweet.
It tastes like.
So I think there's a lot of things
tool.
in terms of food. I think a lot of different things are going on with how they grow the food that we eat, and so that's the challenge.
When I first heard about it, I was like, it's just another fad, you know, okay, you know, because every 5 years or so, it's a different fad of you shouldn't eat this. I remember at one point back in the 80s where they said we shouldn't eat apples because it's going to cause cancer for us. I remember this, right?
Gosh.
And I'm sitting there going, are you kidding me? We can't even eat apples? That's going to cause cancer? You know, so sometimes when you hear about these things, you know, you don't realize that it is, for some people, a very serious issue. I don't have any problems with gluten.
Right.
I'm a gluten fan. But, you know, I do know people who have issues with gluten.
Right.
You know?
You can feel gassy. There could be anything from indigestion to actually having, you know, issues with their skin. It could be topical. Or even things that they put on their skin that goes into their bloodstream. So for some people, it's a genuine problem.
So some people who have issues with gluten may not even realize that the products that they're using could be part of their problem.
Exactly.
So they really should look at all of their products.
It's the same thing with the food that you eat.
Exactly.
Right.
They may change their
That's why
diet.
this 30-day thing is good, because this program, because they actually, you know, it's gluten-free, but when you start it, there are step 1, and you're taking out wheat and gluten and dairy and refined sugar and alcohol and soy and corn, and some people may go, oh, I can't do that, you know? So it's like, okay, so try it for a week. I mean, it's a 30-day program, you get the whole thing, but maybe you can just try it for a week and see how you feel. And
Yeah, but
the chances are, it's like so many people feel so much better. It's like, oh, I could do this for another week.
But
you know, what?
Yeah, but
I'm
what do
getting
they
back
have
up-
to do to
backing up.
really,
I see
for
war
this to
coming
really
on.
take hold? You and I were speaking about this earlier, right?
Yeah.
They have to change their mindset.
Right.
Because like all of the fads out there, I'm not saying this is a fad by any means, it's a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
Because if you don't make the commitment to really make a lifestyle change and say, this is the way I'm going to live my life, you'll do it for 30 days, and then what happens, right? Because we all do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on this diet.
Yeah,
I'm
and you
gonna
lose
do
weight and you feel really good, and then you go back and you start
get to
eating
the
way
weight
you
I
always
wanna
did.
be, right?
And it just goes zing, zing,
Yep, I'm gonna
zing,
stop at
zing.
McDonald's and grab a Happy Meal. You know, that type of
Bacon's not good for you, right? We agree, bacon's not good for you. It's in every damn thing that you're going by. It's in cream cheese, it's in macaroni and cheese, it's a bacon burger, it's bacon and eggs, it's bacon here, it's bacon there. We're at bacon ice cream.
I don't necessarily agree
Not
that's
good for you.
that it's not good for you, but
But it sells.
I'm a big bacon
and
fan.
that's what it is. It's all about,
does.
it's about the dollar.
It
You know, it's a,
is.
hey.
But you can get around the bacon thing. You don't have to have bacon.
No, I agree with the bacon. I think bacon is good.
But, you know, as we were just talking about, it's really a lifestyle change.
Yeah, it is.
And it's really thinking about doing everything the healthy way. You know, I'm telling you, I love this protein
The
shake.
chocolate
It's-
one is.
Well, I've never, like I said,
glad.
I've had a lot of
I'm glad.
vanilla protein shakes, and this one's the best I've ever
Do you
had.
have any
Beyond
other men's
thrilled.
products besides these two little guys?
We do. There's a shave gel. I didn't bring
Okay,
a shave gel because
right.
I didn't figure you could use it. But we have one. Yeah, we have a shave
Now,
gel. There's
when
a
I shave
moisturizer and an
every-
aftershave.
Yeah, when I shave every day,
Yeah.
my skin after a while gets very raw.
Right.
And I use
Aloe.
the store-bought shaving cream, right?
Okay.
So what you're saying is that
Well,
Yours
so
is
we
gonna
just
have-
have we just have 4 products, but the shave, it's like a shave lotion, so it
Okay.
moisturizes your skin.
so it goes on after I would shave.
Well, no, you put it on and then you shave. It doesn't foam up or anything. It
Okay.
moisturizes your skin so that you're shaving.
Gets everything
and
nice
it
and
gets-
soft,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And then there's an aftershave as well that
Okay.
you use that also keeps moisturizing your skin. And then you put this on after both of those to continue to moisturize your skin. Because as soon as you were born, you started aging because air just ages you.
Is
so there's
Noxzema
not-
good for you?
I would have to look at the ingredients, but I would say
So
no.
is this something Dick Clark used? Because Dick Clark didn't age for a long,
Yeah,
long
he
time.
used his.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he
When
used.
I would go to the barber and get a shave,
Yes.
he would, of course, do the hot towel.
Yes.
Great, wonderful. But he would use Noxzema and put it on my skin,
Right.
and then he would use a cream and then put that on, rub them both inside there, and that razor would glide. You know, right? Not that it wouldn't before, but there was no cuts. There was no. That's why I was asking
Would be
about the
interesting.
Noxzema.
I don't know what's in Noxzema. Maybe it has mineral oil. You know, it could have different things that just glide right along. You know, when I was performing in the city, when I was a ballet dancer and performing in the city, we used baby oil to take our makeup off, and it would break it right down. And my face always felt a little oily, but I just thought that's what it was. You know, I didn't realize that I was putting, toxins on my eyes every single night.
Right.
You know, because that's what we used. So it works. Sometimes those products, do what we think that they're supposed to do, but it doesn't mean they're good for us. It doesn't
So-
mean that we're really being healthy for
That's a
us.
great thing that you just brought up. And you mentioned the makeup that you guys have, and it's all natural and things like that. For those women that wear makeup, all right, because there are a lot of women that are always wearing makeup,
Yeah.
removing it at night, not use baby oil, but what product do you have?
We have a makeup remover for your eye makeup, and then we just launched this month makeup wipes. So
Okay.
we have biodegradable wipes.
Oh, those are good.
And my daughter at college just cannot wait until those makeup wipes arrive and I think that's going to be a big seller for, kids that are in college because they're tired and they get back to their rooms and when her roommate said, who wants to go down the hall to a public bathroom at 2:00 in the morning and wash your face? So they
Right.
just don't. And so they buy wipes at the dollar store that has alcohol in it that rips up their faces. Then they're supposed to wash that stuff off, and they don't. So it's even worse. She said it's a vicious circle. So they are super excited for these wipes to come out that
So
we
she
just
could be
launched.
a good salesperson for you with wipes. What do you think?
We're talking about it. So
Yeah.
right now they have this line actually came out for them. So they have the face wash and the moisturizer and the SPF. So this is a new sort of prep line to our anti-aging line that's for women who are 18 to 30.
You know, you
so
just
I
brought
had to
up-
buy 2 sets because they've already taken that set to school and she's sharing it with all of her
You
friends.
just brought up an interesting marketing idea.
Yeah.
Of having a college package. Just for girls, whatever, or guys if they want
Yeah,
to use the
yeah.
men's stuff. Just to pack certain things that college girls could use
Absolutely.
at some sort of affordable college price.
Absolutely, because they all wash their faces and wash their hair, and this is the wash is particularly nice because you can put it on dry. So they like the idea that they could take this and it has a little it's like a polish, so they can put that on their face dry and only go down and wash it off their face, because they're always losing their product in the bathroom. There's
Right.
always a whole dorm of kids. They forget something, they go back, it's not there anymore.
Somebody else grabs it when
Somebody
they're
else
in there.
grabs it, and, oh, this looks really nice. I'm going to take this. Then you never see it again. So there's all kinds of different ideas that I think would be really useful for college girls.
Well, we're getting
college kids
almost
in
to the
general.
end of the hour.
No.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I told you.
We,
it's gonna
we
go
told you it
fast.
was going to fly by.
Wow.
So let's see what else that you might like to talk about, or do you have any events or seminars about your product, or if people are interested in maybe being a sales rep, what do they do?
They would call me or email me.
Okay,
and
so
we would
where would they call you?
Where would they call me? They would call me at 516-459-9810 is my phone number.
What is that number?
516-459-9810
And if I wanted to email you?
is Trim, which is TRIMM @AOL.com.
And I can order, you can mention Darren and the Music Man, and you can
Absolutely.
get the
and I will
book.
send them a catalog. If they're interested in products or talking to me, I'd love to set up a tea. I'd love to go have tea with them.
What about a seminar? Do you ever do seminars?
I do actually have an event coming up at my house on Saturday at 4 o'clock.
What are you serving
and
to
it's
eat?
just,
Anything? Anything good?
Well, she's going to have tea.
We'll have products, and I'll have
Besides
tea.
Oh, yeah, can I have a
I
shake?
think.
We got-
Oh,
we have
and
to have a
actually,
shake.
we have fizzies too. I'm going to reach
Fizzies.
over
Is
and
that
get
a
them.
fizzy in your bottle over there?
Actually, no. This is an after workout, which I'm going to give you because it has amino acids and magnesium,
thank
which is
you.
going to be really helpful. It's
Right.
part of our sport line. We
Okay.
have 3 products in our sport line. There's a pre-workout. There's a hydration, which is super important with 6 electrolytes in it while you're working out. And then there's an after workout, which is actually what I'm drinking that has amino acids and magnesium in it.
Do you have any
Fantastic.
cookies or brownies in
I
there?
noticed that you put strawberries in there. Is that to enhance the flavor?
Look at this.
This
I
mixed berry
brought
flavor.
you.
What'd
I
you
brought
bring?
you Rice Krispie treats.
Really?
Yeah,
So
so
nice.
this is chocolate, so they got a little.
See,
little
chocolate.
crumb.
There you go. There's
So there you
your
go.
chocolate.
There's chocolate, chocolate protein powder. So that's the protein powder with some honey,
Oh, I like the crunch.
Rice Krispies, and
good.
sunflower seed butter.
Wow.
Sunflower seed.
Did you
really
make
butter.
good.
these?
I did. I don't
Good
cook,
for
but I
you.
can put things in the refrigerator and store
That's
them.
good.
And
That stuff's
so if you
delicious.
really like the vanilla, you can have another packet
Oh,
to
thank
take
you.
with you. And if you really
Absolutely.
like the chocolate, you can have another packet to
I
take with
appreciate
you.
that. Thank you very much.
And then these are fizzies. So this has a little bit of energy in it. And the citrus one, I don't drink coffee anymore. I make tea in the morning and I put a citrus fizzy in it. So I have lemon tea and I call it a tizzy. And it has enough caffeine in it so that I don't miss coffee and milk and sugar and all those things that were giving me gas and upsetting my stomach. And then the pomegranate one's great in the middle of the afternoon. If you're starting to doze off and you're getting really tired, you can have a
Did
fizzy
you
in
do
the
that
afternoon.
again? You did that good.
Well, how much,
And,
in the afternoon, would you use a fizzy with water or?
Vodka.
Or can you
I would put it in your
vodka?
iced tea. I would
He
put
put
it in
it
the
in his
iced
vodka.
tea that you tucked back there. That's what I would do. I put it in iced tea. I'll
Okay.
either, sometimes I'll get an iced tea or I'll make an iced tea. But you can just have it in water too. You can put strawberries in it. It's great. So
That
those
looks
are fizzies.
delicious. That
yeah,
looks so
it's
nice and
really,
refreshing.
Isn't it
It's really
really
cool
yummy?
stuff.
Yeah.
We have immunity boosters. We have so
You got all
many.
kinds of
We have
stuff.
all kinds of
People
like
gotta call you.
tea. They
And what
do,
number do they call
Now,
you
do
at?
you have stuff for allergies?
Hold that. What's the number they call you?
Yeah.
Immunity boosters are really good.
Okay, we're not giving the number. Hold on.
Okay.
The number is 516-459-9810.
And your email?
Is EETRIMM@AOL.com.
So don't say that we didn't give you a chance to give out your phone number. There you go.
I did. And tea? Do you all
Tea?
drink tea?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is a detox tea. So it helps clean your livers and
And what was
your
that
liver and your
called?
kidneys with milk thistle.
Well, I asked her about allergies. You know, I had the problem with the cough last week. I have it somewhat under control this week. But I go to the store and I buy allergy
So I
medicine.
think our immunity boosters are awesome,
Okay.
and that those help. Especially that's another college thing. My daughter has them in her room because those kids all share germs.
Well,
and
it's
so
a great
those are
opportunity for
really-
your daughter to become an entrepreneur.
Absolutely,
That's cool.
absolutely. We're working
Make
on
some
it.
extra
Yep.
money for
Yep.
her, so
Now,
That's
we
it.
met at the Women's Professional Network.
Prosperity Network.
Prosperity Network.
WPN.
We had a table right next to each
Yes, we
other,
did.
and we just hit it off right away.
We did.
You're very outgoing. You're very professional, and I'm not so quiet myself, so we had some conversation, and
Yeah.
that's how you got here. But you also belong to networking groups, and one of them that you belong to, let's give your group a little plug.
I belong to a BNI group, which is Business Networking International. We meet on Thursday mornings at the Celebrity Diner in Syosset. So tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., I'm doing another presentation about my products with Arbonne, and we're always looking for professionals.
So could people come down tomorrow as your guest?
Depending on their line of work, we do have some professionals in our group already, but you're certainly welcome to go to the BNI website and look up Gold Coast referrals and see if your line of work is already in our group.
Great.
So possibilities are abound.
Wonderful. Do you have any besides your home event? Do you have anything else that's going on in the last couple of minutes that you want to talk
In the
about?
next couple of minutes, I'm looking forward to meeting people right now and seeing, we do have events. So when they, contact me, we can try, there's events in Roslyn, there's events in Huntington. So there's other events that Arbonne hosts on Long Island that I'm happy to welcome them to.
Great. So stay with us. Don't go away. How about you? Anything coming up for you this week?
Nothing coming up this week. Working on some big things. We're going to have some major announcements next week coming up for you. How about you, Norm?
A lot of contracts. So I should say a lot. We had a couple of really prestigious organizations that we signed up this week for concert, and we have our Neil Diamond show that's coming up on June 1st, and I think we're done. Are we done? Is that the signal I just got?
We're done.
So I'm saying goodbye to everybody on behalf of the Business Power Hour and Darren and the Music Man and Beth Trim from Arbonne. What do you want to say?
I just want to say thank you, Beth.
Our pleasure.
You were
You did a
fantastic.
great
we had
job.
a great time today.
Great job.
Great.
All right, and
Really
tune
good.
in next week. All right, we have Michael
We're going to
Butcher.
clean your carpets.
Yeah, we got
Next
Michael
week we're going
Butcher.
to clean your carpets green.
Oxy Fresh.
All
Carpet
green.
cleaning. He'll be on. And we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Good night, everybody. See
Good
you
night,
soon.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Today's show is brought to you by Friend Entertainment USA, producing the best concerts for charities and corporations for over 30 years. And CBMS Consulting Services. Control your business before it controls you. In association with Area 22 Productions, your multimedia streaming network. If you're interested in being a guest on our show, visit our website at www.bphdmm.com for more information.